Everybody, welcome back to the garage, and today we are addressing a topic that a lot of you have asked me to touch on, and that is doing injector swaps and kind of what you need to set up in your tune whenever you go to larger injectors. So
tell them about
what's that? Why don't you come over here and explain to them? So hey everybody, let's have Kyle come in here and he's going to talk to you real quick about something. Thanks, Kyle. I got an exciting little thing going on right now, and what it is I've got a bunch of junk sitting around the garage, and I want to pass it on to you guys. And so we're going to start having some drawings. I guess, I don't know if you'd call them drawings, but this week's video, or this video in particular, we've got a 1H MPT pipe tap and thread. This is perfect if you're doing methanol injection, or if you're doing nitrous. This is the port size that you want. So if you'd be interested in getting this for free, if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe. Throw a comment down below. It can be anything, but in particular, throw a comment about something that you would like to see on the channel, and maybe we can make it work. And then in a couple of episodes down the road, I will announce the winner of the comment that wins this. And there's going to be some other cool stuff, some electronics in there, some parts off of the actual Super Auto itself. As I said, if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe. Throw the comments below. Thanks, Kyle. Thanks, Kyle. So, as I said, we're going to kind of approach this from a different angle. It's kind of how we've done some of the other videos. We're going to open up a whole bunch of different tune files across the generations. Look at how injectors are set up on there, kind of how the scaling works. I'll show you some tips and tricks on there to also make the data make sense, because sometimes we're going to be seeing some figures that are like, wait a second, this isn't anything that we work in. We don't work in grams per second. So, we'll touch on a lot of that stuff. And, let's just kind of jump over to the laptop. Maybe this will be a little bit of a quicker video. We'll get this stuff knocked out. Okay, hopefully you can see me all right. The table is cluttered with twin charging turbo parts right now. So we're just going to set the laptop up here underneath the hood. We're going to dive in, start looking at some config files. And specifically, I've got a 2005 GTO pulled up. That's a good starting point as any. So let's take a look at this thing. We're going to be underneath fuel and then general, and we've got injector control. That is going to be where we find the most important thing, which is the flow rate versus kPa. You're going to see a lot of other parameters underneath here. Multipliers times volts and IATs. If you click on those, they're all 1.0. We're not really using that on a lot of these. So don't be surprised if you see some 1.0. That's a multiplier. That means it is basically not doing anything. So just keep that in mind. The other side of it is that we can go in on some of them, look underneath fuel system and under the fuel pump. In this particular case, there's not a lot of data there, and some other ones there is going to be some data there. We'll touch on that on another config here in a second. But let's go back over to the injectors, and this is pretty straightforward. We want to look at the flow rate versus kPa, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of secret here. Generally, this is going to be in grams per second, so you can click this icon up here where it shows you what your units are and change that over to pounds per hour, because that's kind of what we as a domestic tuner work with, is pounds per hour. The other thing that we can do is if we right click over here, we can change our column axis over to PSI or bar. I like to use PSI in this specific scenario. So we are looking at manifold, vacuum, and PSI versus the actual flow rate in pounds per hour. And so if you were to look at this, you see how there's kind of a linear, well, I wouldn't say it's a linear, well, it's fairly linear on this one. But there's the chart here, and I would call these probably about 35-pound injectors. I don't know. You might know off the top of your head what the injection rate are on the GTOs, the 2005. That's going to be an LS2 GTO. But I would say these are 35-pound injectors, because you're probably going to be operating in this mid-range most of the time. And so if you were to get a new injector for this setup, and it came with the flow curve, you could plug the flow curve directly in here. But a lot of situations out there, we're not going to have the flow curve. You might be able to find injectors off of a different platform that you're swapping over to. Say if you're going from a LS7 to a LS3, and you're using the injectors from that, I don't know if they'll even work. You need to kind of make them match up. So if the same pressure ratio is not being used for both you want to try and chart those things out so that they are a linear curve that matches between the two injectors. The other thing that we can do is we can look at what the flow rate is. And say if we were going, these are about, as I said, 35 pounds per hour injectors. Say if we were going to 60 pound per hour injectors, here's what I would do. I would highlight this whole thing, and then I'm going to put in 1.05. This is a 5% bump. I'm going to multiply by 5% until my 35 pound injectors get up to 60. And so I'm looking at this 7.3 psi one as my base range. There we go, 60 on the dot. This is going to be my new curve. If you look at it, it's going to kind of match the same line of the old one. But this should get you in the range with the new injectors. You have changed that formula based on what this needs to be. So keep in mind, as I said, you are still going to have to go out and retune your vehicle. This is just ballparking the injector flow rate. So you're going to need to do speed density at least, and you may have to do math. You may have to adjust your math curve also. But that's pretty easy, as said. I'll leave a link to the speed density tune in the corner over here, so you can easily jump over there if you need to. Or there's always a link down below to the tuning guide. So let's jump over and look at a different platform. This was a 2005 GTO. Let's look at a what do I have? What do I have here? LT4 Corvette. This is going to be a, no, I don't want to do that. This is going to be a direct injection motor. And if we go underneath here, we're just going to have a standard flow rate for the injectors. This is the variable on these for these high pressure direct injection fuel injectors. Ugh, I can't talk this morning, but this is it. This is just going to be kind of a standard number that we're kicking over to. So if I wanted to add these to my truck, say LT4 injectors, I could copy that 140.7 and go over to a, let's see if I got a 2014, there's a 2015 Silverado here, and they're 96.5. So literally I can update that one number right there. That's going to get that in the ballpark for me so I can start tuning my fueling on the Gen 5 motors. Really straightforward. Let's look at one more variable, one more. Let me see if I've got, hopefully Chris doesn't mind I look at his. This is going to be on a Z06, I think it's an 09 Z06. Same ordeal, we've got the general flow rate versus pressure. I'm going to switch that over to pounds per hour, and I'm going to change this over to PSI to make sense. And if you look at these injectors, you see where they kind of flatline up until 58 PSI. Pressure delta, this is not in vacuum as the other ones are, it's just, but we don't really care about that. I would say that these are 41 or 42 pound injectors. They start ramping up around 60 PSI. Something else you can check, let's jump over to the fuel system and look at fuel pressure. And our high flow on this is 58 PSI. So that's kind of what it's saying is going to be the max flow pressure on that. So if we bump that 58 PSI versus our pressure, which is right there, 41.7. So that's where they kind of get that number from. So this is a 42 pound per hour injector. Once again, if you get a curve, if from your injector manufacturers, if you're buying something like Ditchworks or something like that, they will usually provide you a fuel curve or an injector flow curve. You can plug that directly in, but say if we're upgrading this to 60 pounds per hour, we'll do the same thing. We'll just do the 1.05, multiply the whole thing until we get up to 60 at that 58. So 61.7, that's close enough for now. You could take a little bit out if need be, or you could go back one step and go, well, if we went back more than one step, but we could bump that down to 4% and multiply it up by 4% until we get up to 60. There we go. That's 59.4 is about as good as we're going to get. And that's, now we have 60 pound injectors set up, then we go out and do our tuning. So pretty straightforward stuff on this. Once again, if you look at all this other stuff, it's usually going to be ones because these are not being used in most situations. You know, here it's showing you if you start running really hot on your IATs that it's going to kind of richen up something or adjust your fuel flow through this. Leave that as it is. These things shouldn't really affect the way that you're tuning overall for your new injectors. So that basically wraps it up. It's pretty straightforward, not a lot of information to digest in there as far as the injector swap goes. What you're going to end up having to do is after you change some of the scalings or the numbers for the injectors, you will have to go back out and adjust your tune. So be prepared to do a speed density tune and a math curve adjustment possibly for your new injectors. That's just a part of the game. But this should get you in the ballpark to where your vehicle is at least running with the larger injectors. You got to remember that the injector is basically just another part of a formula in there. It is one number amongst a long string that formulates the amount of gas that's being delivered in there. So whenever we change that variable, we are adjusting whether or not there's more or less fuel that's being delivered. Pretty straightforward stuff. So if you have any questions, make sure and hit up the comments below. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. As I said, we're giving away some parts, or some parts, tools, things like that, including this 1/8 inch MPT pipe thread tap and drill bit set. So, and as I said, there's going to be some other cool stuff coming up in the upcoming video. So, you know, it's a way for me to send you guys some of my crap as I clean my garage out. Let's be honest, I've got too much crap sitting around here. So, you know, there might be some interesting stuff coming in here. Who doesn't like free crap? So, hey, always, thanks for stopping by the garage, and we'll see you next time.